So this is the radial chromatography. Got a couple of petri dishes. I've got a stack of filter papers that have a hole cut in the middle. This is what I used to cut the hole in the middle. I found the middle of one of them by folding it twice, folding it once, folding it again. That gave me the midpoint. And then I put a whole stack of about 15 or 20 of them. And then this just pushed right through into a scrap piece of wood. And it digs a nice hole out for the whole class to use. We're just going to use, I'm going to do 2 of them, and we use a water-soluble marker. I'm just going to do some patterns. You may have done this in chemistry, but it demonstrates also the color combination of pigments in reverse. We're going to take the color combination of the black ink and reverse that using chromatography. So I'm going to put some dots near the center here. This one will have about 5 of them right here. We can be kind of heavy with the ink because we want to see a good separation here. And then let's just do something a little bit different here. This time I'm going to do a circle of black ink. Now what we do is we get some water. Let's get these out of the way so they don't get splashed on while we're pouring the water. Carefully pour some water in. We don't want to get water on the edges of the petri dish. And then what we've got, I've got a couple of in fact it was the piece of filter paper that I folded earlier. Using a pair of scissors, I cut some strips kind of like this, and then rolled those up into what are going to be little wicks. They're gonna wick the water up from the bottom of the petri dish, and then kind of send it out radially. This is called radial chromatography. It's going to send it out radially. So I'm going to just kind of get that kind of tight in the middle so that when I put it in there, it fits nicely, and then just kind of loosen that up so it's holding the paper kind of equally. That's going to go down into the water, and then it'll start to soak that water up and then out. So I'll go ahead and get this one started while I prepare the second one over here. And then this will go into the hole here. And again, just kind of help, loosen it up a little bit. We don't want quite that much height because we want it to sit flat. Sometimes it helps to bend the paper a little bit to sit. And we'll get that one going as well. I'm not sure if that one's touching the water. I don't see anything happening yet. There we go. That's in the water now. This one's already in the water. And then I'm going to put this plastic sheet over the top. This is going to keep the moisture level inside. We'll just let those run for a while. So we've got the yellows. They don't move very far because the water is polar. The yellow dye must be mostly nonpolar because the polar dyes, the blue, must be the most polar because it's moving right along with the water. And the red's kind of in the middle, and the yellow gets left behind. So a little bit of chemistry review in that as well. So they look the same on the other side, essentially, right? So because it bleeds through the paper. There it is on the back side. So, all right, so anyway, that's radial chromatography.